Hi, everyone. Just welcome to another episode of my podcast. I am super excited here because we don't do a lot of English episodes, but I do want to start doing more. And I have my good friend, JOYCE BARTELS DAAL here. She owns a real estate agency called Ohana Luxury Real Estate. And I want her to share with us. I know you have a lot of things that you want to share, about international buyers and just, life in general. I know you do some coaching too, which is awesome. Not a lot of brokers are doing that. So why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself and what you bring to the table?
Well, I want to thank you for this opportunity. It's fantastic.
Yes.
Especially because we've worked with you and you have helped us so much, especially last year. So I want to thank you for that.
Absolutely.
Well, my journey and adventure in real estate started in 2016.
Okay.
I got my license, moved here from Aruba,
Yes.
where I'm originally from. I got my real estate license and set my goals since then, because it's all about goals.
Yes, absolutely.
Basically, that's what coaching is all about. So I said, you know what? I'm going to reinvent, learn something completely new in a very tough market.
Yes.
I think the Miami-Dade, especially Miami-Dade market, must be one of the toughest markets.
Lots of competition.
Lots of competition. I always say it's swimming with the sharks, but I like big challenges.
Yes.
So got the license and said, you know what? The goal is going to be own my own brokerage at a certain point.
Okay.
But as with everything else, you need to start learning and start doing.
Yes.
Because it's all about taking care of your customers, having them wanting to work with you, and then closing. So
Yes.
that's when it started. And last year, 2023, was able to start my own brokerage together with my broker partner, Thomas McCann.
Yes, Thomas.
Which is Ohana Luxury.
Yes.
Which is
That's how we met.
introduced.
Yes, exactly.
And Thomas is very dear to me. I
Yes.
met him at my first broker. We started
you?
actually at our first broker in 2016.
Wow.
That's where we met. He left. I stayed for longer. And the goal of Ohana Luxury is we've had quite some experience with quite some brokers,
Yes.
big brokers, small,
All
whatever.
brokers. Yeah.
But our goal was, especially during the pandemic when we had a lot of time to reflect, and we've always stayed in contact. We said, you know what? No, the goal is to have our own. So then we can bring our own values and what we believe in and how we want to serve agents for most and customers.
Well, let's talk about that a little bit because one of the things that I think is unique that really surprised me when you told me, just because I don't hear it every day, is the part of inclusion and family. That part that you bring to your realty, and I know you want to base it on that. I was looking at your website, and that's one of the things also that highlights. So why don't we talk about that a little bit?
Absolutely. It's exactly about that, about being authentically who you are. So
Yes.
what my experience, what I've noticed is that there's business. There's people, I want to do this, I want to close. We are taking it a step further. Who are we all about? In our name, when you think about what is Ohana, it's family. It's bringing,
Right.
there's a seat for everyone at the table.
Yes.
There's also a place to be kind. One of my taglines from which I said from day one when I started is I believe in kindness in Manila.
Yes.
I believe in being inclusive, in being as best as I can to other people, and I practice that in my daily life. So when I told my first broker that's what I'm going to be bringing into my business, a lot of people looked at me like, that's not going to work.
Right.
I even had a customer once who told me, you're just too kind. I'm not really sure if you're going to be good in negotiating for me. No,
you are.
Oh yeah.
I know. Yeah.
But that's how we bring inclusion, and
Yes.
that is something how Tom and I were able to say we're going to work, because we are all about inclusion.
Correct.
We're all about people feeling part of this, no matter where they come from, what their beliefs are. That's what we are all about, and we practice that. We keep ourselves to that all the time.
Yes.
Yeah. So we want people to say, this is a family, and of course, it's about serving your customers.
It is.
But it's also about being good, and especially, if I look at the world nowadays, I believe we need more kindness.
We do, and you know what? That's one of the things, because I as you know, with the business that we've done together, I always like to bring it to a personal level, right? There's a lot of transactions, there's a lot of business, and yes, it's business, part of it is about money and numbers and whatever, but we are putting people into homes at the end of the day, which is really changing lives, right? And bringing it to a personal.
So many emotions,
Yes.
so many feelings that people bring to every transaction. And I believe our role as realtors, as brokers, is to be totally in tune to that and to respect that, to also give that a place.
Yes.
And there, a lot of time when we work with customers, coaching skills help me enormously, because I really try to understand where the person comes from.
Yes.
What I have noticed is like what you said, there's so many emotions, and it's our role. I always tell people, I need to make sure that you are not too stressed out. I will take the stress out of it because I respect where you're coming from. That is also part of Ohana. That is also part of the person feeling, you know what, I can be authentic here. If I don't feel good about something, I can say it. We're not robots, we're people.
We're people. Right.
And there's like one incident that really stands with me, very dear customer of mine, that the night before we closed, how it goes.
Yes.
He called me and goes, I can't do this anymore. He panicked.
Yes.
And he became, like you, been there, done that. But
Yes.
I was just there listening through that and connecting and helping him and not pushing him for, you have to go through it. No, but, understand how you feel. How can I help you with that feeling?
Yes.
What is this all about? That's what we are bringing to our brokerage. That's what we did before. That's what is our core value of where we are at. And that is what we're going to continue to put out there. Because we feel there's a place for that in this very competitive market out there.
So, with that said, because, obviously we've all, anybody that's been in the business for a while knows that, that is, I think that closer to the closing is the most sensitive part. And this is where I want to bring it to the international buyers, because I know we want to help them. I feel like it's our duty to help them get into a better financial situation, because their countries just have so many issues. It's not, as many things as we have going on here in the U.S., compared to over there, it's really, not, as big as it is. So why don't we talk about that a little bit? I know you're an international real estate specialist.
Yes.
So why don't you tell us a little bit of, what do a customer need to consider when they come to invest in the United States?
I always say, I wish when we came here as international buyers, when I just got here, and I was looking, I was searching.
Yes.
And it was a little bit difficult because I landed with a broker via connection.
Yes.
But this was not a broker that knew a lot about working with international buyers. So I always said, you know what? That is also something that I am going to change, because I know how I felt about it.
Yeah.
So the key thing is that as an international buyer, there's so many possibilities that they don't even understand. This is what you said. So is to explain that.
Right.
And to help them, guide them through the process so that they feel, okay, you know what is going on. And the key one is financing to start with.
Correct.
To put them in contact. And not only that, but with an international buyer, you really need to do one stop. They ask you for all the questions. So how does the process work there? So it's a lot of understanding and taking the time to explain that, to then put them in contact with, okay, this is a title company, this is how it works. This works totally different from most of them.
100%.
Right?
And that's a part that, they don't like a lot of international buyers, right? They don't understand that this is a totally the way we look at credit, the way we analyze things is totally different than every country has their own really financial way of doing it, but this is definitely a unique one.
So it's having, so be prepared to have more conversations, more helping them educate themselves. And that is also why, the first designation and the most important one that I have invested in and I recommend to any realtor who wants to do international is to certify yourself. Certify international, so that you can give the international buyer that top service that they deserve, because their service is different. They do not, you need to explain how does it work, what are the resources, put them in contact, really be more available.
Correct.
If you speak their language, it always is a big plus as well.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's right.
because it makes it easier to connect. but you are just more than a transaction. You need to understand that they need your expertise and you need to guide them. Now, the younger international buyers, they look up the information. They're going to come back and say, yeah, but blah, 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 blah.
Yes,
right?
that's right. That's right.
And
They're definitely more savvy.
yeah, and they're like, okay, well, but still, yes, they go online and yes, they find out all this talk and TikTok. I mean, so many of them tell me, yeah, but I saw this. Still.
Well, TikTok is not the new. I mean, I would love for TikTok to be the news, right? But it's not. So it's better.
Yes.
That's why I always say,
Right.
look for the expert. It's like you go to a doctor. You go to a doctor for a reason, right? To
Yes.
get advice from the doctor. You don't ask the nurse. You could ask the nurse, but the one that's gonna. So I feel like it's the same way. When you have a
Yes.
specialist, especially on international.
Yes.
On international. So I know that you used to do life coaching too before this. Why don't we talk a little bit about that? Because I think that's important so that people know that I mean, anybody could say I know how to connect. I can connect with you. But there's a certain way of how to approach people and how to take care of people. So why don't we talk a little bit about that?
My business before here was indeed life coaching, and the skills that you need to be a life coach are crucial for any business,
Yes.
especially for business. Listening
Mhm.
and asking questions.
Yes.
Those are the two skills that they actually educate you on.
Right.
If you listen well, and it's the same thing in real estate, the better you listen to what is it the person really wants, and mostly they say that not by their words, but by their body language.
Correct.
So I stay very quiet
Mhm.
and I just look at the body language. And there's one magical moment in the world that I like the most, when we do showings. Showings are fantastic.
Yes.
I just look at the person, at their body language when they just walk into the property, and 9 out of 10, I just know, okay, this is the one. So the
Right.
coaching skills makes you more quiet,
Yes.
makes you listen better, and ask questions,
Mhm.
open-ended questions.
That's right. Yep.
I have seen, with all due respect, as everybody, all of us work hard for our business,
Mhm.
but if it starts about, okay, I'm going to tell you how it works, I'm going to talk a lot as a realtor, as a broker, then I take away that moment of really knowing what the person wants.
Mhm.
So those skills of listening and asking questions, those are the skills that we can use a lot in
Yes.
real estate, so that we understand our customer more. Because in the end, it's what you said when we started. It's all about that customer. There's a lot of emotions. Real estate is in the top 7 stressors in a person's life, right?
Great.
It is.
It is.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
it's buying or selling, it's divorce, it's wedding, it's one of the 7.
It
So
is.
if we understand that our role is to basically guide and help the person, because this is one of the major stressors. So those life coach skills, they're enormous. And guess what? That's also what we offer at Ohana to our agents.
You read my mind, which is exactly where I was going to next. Very good.
Yeah.
This is something that I know for a fact that a lot of agents, they don't teach you any of this in real estate school. A lot of agents don't even know how to talk to people. They don't even know how to set goals. Why don't we talk a little bit about that? And then, I wanted to ask you about, the opportunities that you have in overseas. But let's talk about your agents a little bit.
In the end, again, when a person chooses to say, okay, I want to be a real estate realtor broker, doesn't matter, start a career,
Yes.
I am adding to that by saying, okay, now I'm in a position, I'm a broker, I can do it my way. I would want, and I am helping them more than when I started. Again, everything that we saw, Tom and I saw in the beginning, we would like to do it differently.
Correct.
This is our opportunity. Not looking back and saying, oh, this didn't work, blah, blah, blah. No. Okay, we have it now, we're doing it differently.
Correct.
And having a person decide, I would say, okay, are you really, really sure? I'm having a customer of mine now. My customers become my friends.
Yes.
I talk to them every day. I just spoke to 3 of them this morning. We speak. And she's considering a career. And I think she'll be fantastic. Now, coaching them, I start with, are you really sure? These are the things that you need to do. Helping them set the goals. Why are you doing this?
Right.
What is the reason?
The why.
Not peeling the onion, 7
right.
layers.
Mhm.
Why? So that you can come to their authentic, who they really are, what they want, and help them then step to step. Not, oh, do real estate, it's gonna be fantastic, blah, blah,
Right.
blah. Oh, okay, I'm done. No, help them really through a coaching process so they can come to a decision that if it really works for them.
Right.
that already is different.
And that's what I think a lot of them are missing that personally. It's like saying, here we have all this training or we have this like that, but then it's like, are you really teaching them how to interview customers? Are you really teaching them the skills that they need? And I think that's what a lot of people are missing right now, because new real estate agents come out to the industry and they're like, okay, well then what do I do now? How do I talk to people? And I really like that you're offering that. That's definitely going to be very, very valuable.
That it's helping them perfectionize. First of all, I always say, know who you are,
That's
what
right.
you want, and then the people skills, the skills of connecting, of making that authentic connection with themselves
With
first.
themselves.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then with the others. So with themselves, with their colleagues, with the customers. That is what we're focusing on, because then you're really adding value also to the professionalism of this business. Because I don't like to complain. Complaining is like, it brings my energy down. Right? So instead of sitting there and saying, yeah, but this is wrong with the industry and that is wrong. No, it's okay, what am I doing to change that? I have the opportunity. So one of those is, especially, it's coaching. So helping you with your goals, with your realistic goals. And if I have to help a person and they say, you know what, this is not for me, I help them.
Right.
Yeah, because so many people also start in this business and then after 6 months they're like,
Oh my God, this is not what I thought. Right.
Yeah. So that's a little bit.
And that's
about-
okay, it's
Yes.
fine.
Yeah.
Exactly. So tell me, I know you have a lot of opportunities coming up. Dubai, Spain. I mean, that's fantastic. Why don't you tell me a little bit?
Absolutely. So excited and feeling good about those. Those are 2 official collaboration contracts that I signed, and by ISA it's with Ohana, because we're a team. One of them is with Realty Plus, with the headquarters in Madrid, Spain.
Okay.
Broker is Alberto Murcia. He's fantastic. I want to see if we can get him on your podcast.
Okay.
And Alba Cox.
Absolutely.
Alba Cox is a realtor originally from Puerto Rico, has a brokerage here in Oregon, and moved to Spain. This is a network, and I met her through my certification online.
Okay.
Okay. Fast forward, we've been working on getting to know each other for 3-4 years. So last year we started taking those talks and becoming more concrete. It's all about relationships.
Yes.
And signed an agreement. Alberto started his brokerage in Realty Plus in Spain in 2003, and now he's in 20 countries. So he has a European franchise. Yeah.
Okay.
Fantastic. He has
Yes.
a network Connecta Plus, which is a CRM in 20 countries. That's impressive.
That is.
So now with the agreement that we signed, the master franchise for Realty Plus in Florida, guess who has it?
You. Okay.
So it's in Spanish and English.
Okay.
It will give you the exact advantage of being part of a network of 20 countries and having a CRM. Their CRM is fantastic. Connecta Plus in 20 countries.
Okay.
So he has a stream of buyers also that want to buy in South Florida.
Okay.
Because Miami-Dade, guess where everybody wants to buy still.
Right.
33%.
Yeah,
You know
that's
it
right.
better than I
That's
do.
100%. Yeah.
So it'll mean for all realtors that are going to be working with us, they will be working with international buyers, which
Yes.
is fantastic. They'll get the one-on-one coaching, because I'll make sure that all the international buyers are well taken care of.
That's right.
And plus, for those realtors who say, you know what, I also want to have a franchise, I want to start a business myself, they can get a franchise. And his franchise fees are very friendly and competitive. They're in Spanish.
Okay.
So if you say, you know what, I am looking at making my business more global, I do want to have that connection with Spain, with Europe, because by the way, more and more Americans are buying in Spain too.
You're right.
Look at the
yeah.
data.
Yeah. No.
Oh,
I
they
see
are.
it. Yep.
So you have that entrance. I have 2 customers right now that are wanting to buy in Spain. So through Realty Plus, we will have that. So that is one that I'm very excited
That's
about.
awesome. Yeah.
We'll be offering it to our agents.
Because that right now the only ones that can offer that are like the big realties, which obviously, right. So this gives a competitive advantage for sure.
Absolutely.
And the one in Dubai is that.
That's like,
I know.
can't contain my excitement.
Yes.
Want to go to Dubai in
Yes.
April? You have to come and join me. There's a trade mission
Okay.
again. So the one in Dubai, how did that happen? The collaboration agreement, the partnership agreement, it's through Brian Woods. Brian Woods is a broker here in Florida. He's in Palm Beach. Met him at my beginning. It's all about relationships.
Yes.
We've been speaking. He was always there to motivate me. He always said, Joyce, go, continue on your international business. He's very much focused on that, which is always something that I appreciated about him. We stayed in contact. And I think about 2 years ago, he, in his travels, in his business plan, he made this agreement to have a brokerage in Dubai. He has a partner from there, Ayman, and they opened it up for partnerships. And they are now, it's Go Global, and it's all about, at the start, if you have investors who want to buy property in Dubai, and Dubai is
It's hot. It's
the
hot right now.
returns.
Yeah, it's like Miami, Dubai. It's true.
And the vision which they share that they have to make Dubai like in 10 years, like similar to New York,
Yes,
with the funds that they have,
it's gonna happen.
it's gonna happen. It's not just a pipe dream.
That's right.
So having people now that really investors, they're only looking at return. What is my return? It's not about, but the returns are between, from what I saw, 8, 15, I'm interested. So sign the agreement with them. Open that also for our agents. They can become referral partners. They automatically get a very good referral fee. And you get to know a new market.
Right.
Because also in the market that we are at, the Miami-Dade, which is so international, there's internationals who are looking at other destinations. There's people here. So now we're not a big box, but we're
Even I
small
became
one,
curious the
right?
other day. I was like, maybe I should look into a Dubai. Like it's true. And if I'm thinking about it, a lot of people are thinking about it.
Webinar
for sure.
February the 6th.
Yeah.
So, and then again, it brings me back to you, Amanda.
Yes.
I want to talk about how we're so grateful and looking at working with you.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
Ask me.
Well, actually, no. Well, we should do another episode on that.
Okay.
Because this
Okay.
episode I wanted to focus
Yes.
more on you guys.
Thank you.
But I know you wanted, to say a motivational quote before
Yes.
we close. So
Yes.
go ahead and then you could tell
Okay.
people, how to get in contact with you.
Okay, so my motivational is that is this business, you're in the business of lending, I'm broker, but I just want to say to all of you out there, follow your dreams, and stay with an energy that's positive, that's upbeat, ask for help, don't give up, wake up every day and work hard for that. And I'm just there to tell you that nothing is impossible. Colonel Sanders started Kentucky at 64.
That's right.
I mean, I'm a boomer.
Yeah.
But just to let you know that, as a person out there, we believe in you. Don't give up. Go for your dreams. Real estate is fantastic.
Yeah.
So anything that we can help and no strings attached, you just let me know.
Yes.
Joyce Bartels Daal. You find me on all social media channels, 954-663-2900. Joyce@ohanalux.com. You'll get my Realty Plus and Dubai websites later. Just send me a note. Hey, I need some motivation. I'll be right there to help.
I love it. See, and that's I love this because this is something that not everybody's out there. Well, thank you so much. And Mwah. And this is gonna be a great year, I think, for all of
Amen.
us.
It will.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Amanda.
Thank you.
Thank you.